Oh, good evening, all my beautiful Christian children in Jesus. I hope you're having a lovely evening. And for this good night's bedtime story is a story about Cassie the cat and Nellie the elephant. Across the mountains beyond a lightning storm hit the dark evening skies. Cassie the cat was born, but was the runt of her litter. Her mum and siblings disowned her, and so did her owners. She was flung into a lonely cage. She was driven away for miles into the wilderness and just dumped into the unknown lands. Hungry, alone, cold, she wept bitterly as she tried to find shelter from the storm in a cave. The next morning, Cassie, who was woken up by the loudest trumpeting noise, which shocked her, made her his walking. Walking past the cave was a huge grey animal with a long nose. Chains were on this huge but gentle creature, and there were chains on the feet, and she was being beaten by rods by some cruel humans. Cassie decided to follow them, hiding behind rocks as she followed. They journeyed down a long dusty path, eventually reaching a huge tent. The cruel humans led this gentle creature into it. Cassie heard the humans mutter, "Nellie the elephant is good for nothing. She is slow and lazy." Cassie, hiding under the circus tent, on as unite men untied her feet and forced her to do tricks in the circus that she would not want to do. They whipped her and got her to balance balls on her nose and while standing on the box. The men disappeared and Nellie laid on the ground crying. Cassie ran over to see her, but scared Nellie off. Cassie scared Nellie and she got up and backed away from Cassie. "Who and what are you?" asked Nellie. Cassie replied, "My name is Cassie. I am a kitten, of course." "And why are you here?" Nellie wept bitterly. "I'm an elephant. My name is Nellie. A few months ago I was grazing with my mum and sisters and brothers. We was a very happy family. I loved my mum very much, but the poachers killed my mum just for her tusk. But my brothers and sisters and my dad managed to get away. I was unlucky. The poachers caught me and decided to use me in the circus. All I want to do is escape from here and be reunited with my dad and siblings again." "I am so sorry," wept Cassie, along with Nellie. "I will do anything I can to help you reunite with your family again." "Thank you so much. But what is your story, and why are you here?" asked Nellie. "I was disowned by my mum and siblings and owners," replied Cassie. Nellie replied, "That is terrible, but maybe you have a father out there who loves you," replied Nellie. "Maybe, but I don't even know who my father is," sighed Cassie. Nellie replied, "Let's get out of here together and try to find our fathers." "Good idea," replied Cassie. "Come, let's make a run for it." But as soon as Nellie and Cassie made a run for it, the men threw ropes around Nellie and Cassie and threw them in a cage together in between two monkeys. "What are we going to do?" wept Cassie bitterly. I hope we are not subject to torture and abuse all our lives." The monkeys cried, "You have not seen half of it yet. In the circus there are lions, tigers, seals, and even a gorilla. And we have all been treated badly, so welcome to the family." The lion in the cage opposite roared, "And that is not the end of the bad situation. For the circus owners have 2 children, 8 years old, a boy and a girl twins, who have not even been allowed to go to school. They are keeping them in the circus to make money off their own children." "Disgusting," muttered Cassie under her breath. With that, the circus owner arrived with a whip in his hand, letting the animals out of their cages, scorned, "You animals had better behave yourselves and not try to escape, or you will feel my wrath." The animals all looked at each other so scared, and did as the circus master ordered them to do, and walked onto the circus floor for training. Already there was Lucas and Layla laying the stage out for training. Cassie was made to ride on Nellie's back, and Nellie had to balance a ball on her trunk, and in the middle, the lions and tigers were forced to jump through hoops of fire. The seals had to swim in tiny glass aquariums on the left-hand side of the circus tent, greeting people as they came in. And the monkeys were made to swing across the circus tent and drop down on roller skates and skate about, and the gorilla was forced to prank about on a skateboard. Lucas and Layla had to swing the trapeze after the animals had put on their shows. Lucas and Layla had walked to the top of the ladder leading to the trapeze. Suddenly Lucas shouted to Layla, "Stop!" "Why?" questioned Layla. "Because they have not bothered to put up the safety net, and we could be seriously injured if we fall," snapped Lucas angrily. "How dare you, snapped their dad. "Get on with it, stop with the excuses." The children did not do as their dad had told them, but climbed back down the ladder again. "You have violated my instructions. Straight to your room with no dinner." "But Dad," moaned Lucas. "No," demanded the dad. "I will not put up with this nonsense." Then a woman led them to their bedroom and locked the door behind them. "You're not our real mum. We want to go home to our real mum and stepdad, who treat us well," cried Layla, turning to her brother. "Well, our dad and stepmom kidnapped us. How are we ever going home?" cried Layla. "Don't worry, I have a plan," reassured Lucas. But let us do as Mum has always taught us to do, and pray to Jesus to help free us both and the animals." So with that, Lucas and Layla said their prayers to Jesus. In the meantime, Cassie had managed to squish out of the cage. She was thrown in with Nellie and jumped up through the bedroom window. Cassie beamed. "Layla, how did you get here?" Cassie pointed her paw to the south, and the children looked through the window, where they discovered a huge hot air balloon. "There is our escape," cheered Lucas. Grabbing their cloths, they tied them together to make a rope long enough to dangle out of the window, tying it around a wooden pole in their bedroom. They climbed out with Cassie, and when no one was looking, quickly ran to free the animals. Lucas said, "We can't take every animal with us. It would be too weighty for the balloon to carry. We will take Nellie and Cassie for now, then come back to rescue the other animals later. Layla and the monkeys in the next cage nodded in agreement. Lucas cut the monkey's cage open with a wire cutter, so the monkeys very carefully grabbed the key of the circus guard, who was fast asleep, and went over to Nellie's cage to let her out. "Be free," smiled the monkey. Nellie smiled back. Lucas explained, "Okay, I will come back for the rest of you. But in the meantime, we'll free the other prisoners of this awful circus." The monkey smiled and did just that. Lucas, Layla, Nellie and Cassie climbed into the hot air balloon. "Hang on," cautioned Layla. "How do we fly this thing?" "Don't worry, our stepdad has taught me how to fly a hot air balloon before," said Lucas. The circus owners and guards was just about to catch up. And with them, and one of the circus owners jumped, but just in time. The hot air balloon had caught flight and soared away over the treetops, leaving behind a commotion of 3 circus animals, and the guards trying to catch them all. Off for miles they travelled down below, as they see the beautiful scenery of the jungle, with its trees, rivers and waterfalls. Suddenly the heavens opened, and the 4 friends hit an electric thunderstorm. Lightning hit the balloon, and it toppled over, making poor Cassie fall out, falling a very long way down, and falling on a branch overlooking the waterfall. As the hot air balloon was brought down, Nellie very bravely jumped out of the hot air balloon to splash into the waters below to rescue Cassie. Lucas and Layla tried to join them, but it was too late. The wind had carried them far away, rescuing Cassie from the twig. Nellie stood on the rock pool below with a giant waterfall facing them, but somehow Nellie managed to scrabble to the bank at the side and save both lives. From that moment, they had become very best friends. Meanwhile, by God's miracle, the winds took Layla and Lucas safely back home to their mum and stepdad, who loved them and sent them back to school. They also phoned the authorities, who arrested the circus owners and set free every animal back to their homes. Lucas and Layla always wondered about Nellie and Cassie. They did not know that they had journeyed for miles together through all dangers. Eventually, after a few weeks, Lucas and Layla went on a journey through the Serengeti. Tears of joy fell from their eyes as they spotted Nellie happily reunited with her father, sisters and brothers. They also came across a wooden hut, a very kind elderly couple who lived with their 3 granddaughters had taken in Cassie, and another miracle was that Cassie was reunited with her real father and 2 of her brothers, and they were all very happy. And Nellie and Cassie still got to hang out, as the dear couple's heart lived among the elephants. And the 2 best friends, Cassie and Nellie, got to see each other every day. The end. my thoughts is that God never forces us to love Him or others, but when we do in freedom, it's beautiful and produces His fruits with us. A Bible verse is 2 Corinthians 3:17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Amen, and praise ye to God. And I hope you dear children enjoyed that tonight, and God bless you. Lots of love. Love you. Night.